Hello guys, Mr. Acrophobia. Hope you're all doing well. I've got a PvP build for you today guys. I've seen a lot of content creators and people making like damage to armor builds, which they have usually like 20%. I've made a build where you have 30%. It's pretty good in conflict. But I'll leave gameplay in the background for you guys. If you like my content, like and subscribe. Let's get straight into the build. Okay, so our first piece is the Ninja Bike Messenger Backpack. With this you get a red core, a blue core and a skill tier. Mod is at 6% critical hit chance. And the backpack, basically if you have 3-piece Hunter's Fury and you run the Ninja, it'll unlock the 4th piece. Or if you run like 1-piece Walker and Harris, you'll have 5%, but it will give you the second attribute. So resourceful slots in with any equipped gear set and brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set bonus. Can unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. So Ninja Bike is a must guys. So our second piece of gear is the knee pads. The knee pads are Walker and Harris because we run 1 piece and we get the second bonus because of Ninja. So we get 5% weapon damage for 1 piece. We get 5% damage to armor. The core attribute is a blue. The attributes are 6% critical hit chance and 12% critical hit damage. So our second piece of gear is the contractor named gloves, the Petrov defense. 1 piece we get 10% LMG damage, if that's not really important. 2 pieces 15% weapon handling, which is always good on any build. Core attributes are a blue. Attribute is 8% damage to armor, that's what we're using the contractors for, the 8% damage to armor. And we have 12% critical hit damage. So our holster is the named Brazos piece, the Bakaro's holster. We're using this because 1 piece is 10% skill haste, but obviously we want the second bonus, which is a skill tier. The core attribute is a blue. The attributes are 12% critical hit damage and that 15% weapon damage, which is very good on any build guys. Always better to have more damage. So our 5th piece of gear. This might look a bit weird to you guys, but it's the Araldi brand set, the sniper brand set. And because we're using an assault rifle and a sniper rifle, we're using this because we get 1 piece is 10% marksman rifle damage, 2 pieces 15% headshot damage, and 3 pieces 5% damage to armor. So we're running 2 piece because the chest is Araldi as well guys. Core attribute is red. Attributes are 6% critical hit chance, 12% critical hit damage, and the mod is 6% critical hit chance as well. And then the chest piece we're using is Araldi as well because we run 2 piece, we unlock the 3rd attribute, the 3rd bonus, which is damage to armor. Core attribute is a blue. Attributes are 12% critical hit damage, 6% critical hit chance, and the mod is 6% critical hit chance as well. So the main gun that we're using is obviously the capacitor. We have 3 skill tiers. One from the Ninja, 1 from Bakaro's, and 1 from Technician. Core attributes are 15% assault rifle damage, 12% damage to armor, and 10% damage to targets out of cover. And then the talent is shooting enemies builds that stacks up to 40. Each stack grants 1.5% skill damage after 5 seconds. Stacks decay 1 per second. For each skill tier, gain 7.5% weapon damage. So we have 3 skill tiers. So that's a lot of damage that we get just from using this gun. And obviously we're using this gun for the 12% damage to armor because there's not damage to armor on any other assault rifles in the game. It's just a capacitor. So the second gun that I decided to use is Here Comes Long Stick, the named sniper rifle, because we're using a Araldi and that gives you marksman rifle damage. So I thought I'd just use a sniper rifle because you get that damage. We have 15% marksman rifle damage, 111% headshot damage, and attribute is 6% damage to armor. You can change that to damage to targets out of cover if you want. But I'm using this sniper because you get perfect ranger, amplifies weapon damage by 2% for every 4 meters you are away from your target. Like you'll see in the gameplay, some players that I can 1-shot, some players that I have to 2-shot, but it's really good guys. And the mod's there at the bottom. So the pistol I'm using is the Orbit. You can only get this from named caches and unfortunately from the Dark Zone. Some people don't like the Dark Zone. So the core attribute is 15% pistol damage, 10% damage targets out of cover. And the talent is Perfect Finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy grants 35% critical chance and 40% critical damage for 15 seconds. You probably won't be using the pistol guys, but those are the mods at the bottom. So the skills I'm using are the Stinger Hive, which is tier 3 because we get a skill tier from Technician for free. We get one from 2-piece Picaros, and we get one from the Ninja Bite backpack, so it's tier 3. And remember, when you're shooting enemies with the capacitor, guys, you're stacking up skill damage. Even though you don't have any skill damage attributes, you're still getting skill damage, so your skills will do more damage with the capacitor. But that's the first skill that I'm using, is the Stinger Hive, guys. But you can really use any skill you want. You can use even a healing skill if you want to, but I think these are the best ones. So the second skill is the Burn Sticky Bomb. It's tier 3, obviously because I told you how. And those are the mods at the bottom. Only reason I'm using the Burn Sticky Bomb is because when you shoot it at a player and you blow it up, they can't aim their gun. They can only hip fire, which most people don't hip fire. But most people you'll see use EMP Sticky or the Explosive Sticky. Explosive Sticky I understand because it obviously takes armor off your EMP. I don't, because you're not getting anything from it really. But yeah, the Fire Sticky, guys, I think is the best go-to skill with this build. So the overall build, guys, is the Ninja. We have Contractors, 8% damage to armor. We have 1-piece Walker, and we have damage to armor as well. That's 5%. We have Picaros. We have 2-piece Araldi, which is 5% damage to armor as well. And we have the capacitor, guys, that's our main gun. And obviously we have the sniper rifle. But I'll show you the stats now. So these are the stats with this build. We have 56% critical hit chance. We have 135% critical hit damage. And you see, guys, 30% armor damage. Because it says on the right there, Walker, Araldi and Contractors. And obviously from the capacitor. So this is the sniper rifle, 46% critical hit chance, 105 crit damage, 181% headshot damage, and 24% armor damage. Like you've seen in some of the gameplay, I can one-shot players or two-shot them. These are the pistol stats. And I'll scroll down the rest for you now, guys. So the specialisation we're using is the Technician. Reason we're using the Technician really is you get a free skill tier because we're using the capacitor, guys. Remember the talent, if you run another skill tier you get 7.5% weapon damage from it. We also have overclocked CPU talent, 10% skill damage. We have 15% assault rifle damage, and we have 15% marksman rifle damage and pistol damage, guys. But that's the build, guys. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think of the build. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy hunting.